There you are. So this is the first minute book of the organisation that has now become RNIB. And we have Thomas Rhodes Armitage's original handwriting here. And he says, at a meeting held at Dr. Armitage's, the following gentlemen organised themselves into a council. And so we have Thomas Rhodes Armitage, we have Daniel Connolly, blind, W.W. Fenn, blind, and James Gall, who was also a doctor, who was also blind. It was proposed by Dr. Gale and seconded by Dr. Armitage that a society be formed under the name of the British and Foreign Society for Improving the Embossed Literature of the Blind. Any member may serve on the General Council if he is blind or suffers from such a defect of vision as shall prevent his reading by sight. Practical knowledge of at least 3 systems of raised characters. He wanted to make sure that the members of the council were blind themselves and no one was actually tied to any bias towards any particular reading system. Dr. Armitage in 1871 wrote a book called The Education and Employment of the Blind, What It Has Been, Is and Ought to Be, and this was a full examination of what it was like to be blind in British society in the late Victorian period. And he analyses everything that RNIB would probably look at today, you know, education opportunities, employment opportunities for blind people. What was different about the British and Foreign Society that Dr. Armitage set up was that he was actually trying to empower blind and partially sighted people in a way that hadn't been done by the other organisations. So he set himself the challenge, and his committee members the challenge, of finding a system of raised type which would be the best suited for communication. In doing so, he also then, I think, walked himself into another world of worrying about education and employment of blind people as well. Back in 1868, it was a very small organisation, and I think he would have been very glad to see it become such a universally admired organisation within the UK, so much bigger than he ever thought it would in the first place.
RNIB is 150 this year. Share your story at rnib.org.uk/150 years. #RNIB150.